Nicola Sturgeon's ex-husband Peter Murrell is behind bars after pleading guilty to embezzling more than £400,000 from the SNP. The party's former chief executive, who's 61, faced 8 charges today when he appeared in the dock at the High Court in Edinburgh. In total, the ex-SNP chief was accused of embezzling £459,046 and 49 pence of party funds between August the 12th, 2010 and January the 13th, 2023. He pleaded guilty to embezzling a total of £400,310 and 65 pence today. Murrell, who arrived at court with belongings in a bag, showed no reaction as he was led to the cells. Judge Lord Young told him he was guilty of a gross breach of trust. Further details of the case will be heard next Tuesday on the 2nd of June before he's sentenced later that month. Murrell was alleged to have used the cash to buy items including cars, a motorhome, luxury goods, shoes, cosmetics and jewellery over a 12.5-year period. The charges include allegedly embezzling nearly £160,000 to buy goods for himself or others from 82 luxury brands, while his now estranged wife Nicola Sturgeon was First Minister. He picked up a £125,000 motorhome bought from an English firm and had it shipped almost 300 miles to near his mum's home in Dunfermline, then stored it at her property, court papers claim. The ex-SNP chief was also accused of creating false sales documents in order to portray the purchase as a legitimate party expense in court papers. Mr Murrell was charged in 2024 as part of a long-running police probe into the party's finances named Operation Branchform. Police Scotland spent more than 2 years looking into what happened to £660,000 of donations given to the SNP by independence activists. The major operation saw police raids carried out on Mr Murrell and Miss Sturgeon's home in Uddingston and at the SNP headquarters in Edinburgh in 2023. Miss Sturgeon and former party treasurer Colin Beattie were both arrested amid the probe, but were both released without charge and later cleared of any wrongdoing. Murrell previously made no plea when he appeared at Edinburgh Sheriff Court in March last year and was granted bail. Miss Sturgeon announced in January last year that she and Murrell had decided to end their marriage. In a social media post, the MSP said the pair had been separated for some time. The former First Minister said the decision to end the marriage had been made with a heavy heart. She posted on Instagram, "To all intents and purposes, we've been separated for some time now. I feel it's time to bring others up to speed with where we are. It goes without saying that we still care deeply for each other and always will." And today, Peter Murrell's ex-wife and former First Minister Nicola Sturgeon gave this reaction. "My reaction to the guilty plea tendered today by my former husband is difficult to put into words. I am angry, hurt, sad and very distressed about the impact of his actions on family, friends and the SNP. To be deceived and let down by a husband I loved and trusted has caused me acute pain. Why he acted as he did is, and always will be, beyond my comprehension. To be clear, I had no knowledge or suspicion whatsoever that he was using SNP funds for personal purposes. I am utterly appalled that he did so and cannot begin to understand why. That I was fully cleared after a thorough investigation underlines that these are not my crimes. I was misled just as others were. I know that there will be political discussion in light of what has happened, and I understand why. However, for me this has also been a profound personal trauma. I need to remain focused on recovering from that and building a new phase of life. I will be making no further comment." Assistant Chief Constable Stuart Houston, who had oversight of Operation Branchform, said this was a lengthy and extremely complex case due to the scale of criminality over a 12-year period and the lengths that Peter Murrell went to try and cover his tracks. I commend the professionalism and absolute dedication of the Operation Branchform team, who spent more than 4 years carrying out extensive inquiries across Europe to unpick Murrell's offending. All of this work, in close partnership with colleagues from the Crown Office and the Procurator Fiscal Service, was carried out under the most intense public scrutiny, and it was their commitment to gathering such detailed and compelling evidence that's brought us to the High Court today. This is without doubt one of the most high-profile investigations in recent times, and it is testimony to the work of Police Scotland officers and staff that has led to Peter Murrell's admission of guilt early in the court process. Their engagement with us was vital. Peter Murrell has shown utter contempt for the high public trust placed in him as the chief executive of a political party and his position in the wider political establishment in Scotland for many years. He abused his privileged position with access to Scottish National Party funds to divert cash into his own accounts and bankroll the lavish lifestyle he craved but could not afford. From 2010 to 2022, he spent hundreds of thousands of pounds on luxury goods while carefully trying to hide his criminality with false receipts and accounting. He must now face the consequences of his actions.